Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Chai with Gary. We won the FA Cup. I'm losing. I'm losing track of what cups we're in. Really, I don't care. Gary, Watford 1-0. What did you think?
Well, we won it the hard way. We won it the hard way, 1-0.
Yeah.
End of the day, look, we won the game. We made wholesale changes to the squad.
Yes.
We knew there were going to
9
be
changes, huh?
issues. 9 changes, there were going to be issues with people, players gelling and this and that. So all in all, happy with the result. Did we play well? Now that's another question.
So let's look at the game a little bit. I know it was a third round FA Cup. I think it was a good platform for certain people who need to be challenging for a first team position, or at least to be good enough to be put on a bench in most games. It was a good chance for them to kind of prove themselves, which I don't think they did. There were certain players whose performances were way too poor to challenge for the first team positions. But what did you think of it?
Let's start from the back, right? Henderson, oh my gosh. A few times my heart just skipped a beat because of the things he was doing. He was coming out of his box, he's making and he was being very, very, I don't know, for whatever reason he felt that, whether, of course, clearly the defense was there to help him out, but for whatever reason he kept coming out of the box and being a sweeper almost. So I was quite worried about that. Defense.
Especially that I think you're talking about that little free kick that they got.
Oh yeah,
once they be cleared off the line, he was in a no-man position to kind of block the runner, right? On the second header.
That was scary, We could have easily considered that. He put his leg out the right way.
Yeah.
We got the deflection and went out. But he had a few scary moments there. I think defense overall were okay.
Swansea, shout out to him, huh?
Yeah, I think that was just because Watford were toothless up front, They didn't give us any problems. Midfield, Van der Beek finally starts. And did he start and did he play well?
Yeah.
He had a really good game. Tried to do the best with the situation. When you have crap players around you, there's only so much you can do, right?
Yes.
And I think all in all, probably our best player on the day.
Yeah. I think there were a couple of. I think him and Mata are crucial to unlocking teams with who kind of play deep and don't really come out and stuff like that. And I think tough to break down quote unquote teams. I think these guys will easily unlock their defenses, and they did a couple of times. The Mata had a really good chance with. I think it was 30 minutes into the game or something like that, and he shot it against the keeper, but he should have just gone across him. But that intricate pieces of play is phenomenal when Van der Beek is involved, right? I think he generally has a good knowledge about his surroundings. He knows who's making the run and at what point to release the ball. I think he's a very clever player.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I think he needs to be given a chance to play with the likes of Bruno and Pogba and stuff like that. And I hope it's just a matter of time before that happens.
Yeah, you look at the midfield and you can see clearly that Van der Beek and Mata are just miles ahead of everyone else.
Correct.
Mata obviously doesn't have the legs to kind of, to go up and down aggressively. But what he does really well. He slows up the play. He looks for the key pass. He doesn't rush into things.
Yeah.
Van der Beek's sort of a similar play as well. And there were times, when I thought that, there was a 50-50 pass towards Van der Beek. And somehow he kind of, gets the ball when other players probably not struggle with it. That just shows to me what a good player he is. So very, very happy with his performance. I just hope Ole, takes cue and starts him in more games because there's a really good player there.
Yeah.
We need to give him a chance or a string of games to
absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? The more I think about it, I think when you have players like Scott McTominay and Fred manning the midfield, right? And he took out Fred to bring in Van der Beek. That's essentially how we changed the midfield. But I think there is a player there who could play either Scott's role or Fred's role, right? It depends on how kind of Solskjaer wants to integrate him into the team. There's a possibility. It's about the willingness. That's all.
Yeah. Hey, dude. By the way, I heard that the Scott McTominay has been nominated for Ballon d'Or for the next.
How the fuck was he the captain today?
Oh, sorry, not Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or.
Yeah,
Losers.
Christian Dior, he was nominated for, dude, for a.
Oh my
I
god.
can't believe he was the captain, dude.
No.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a throwaway
What do you
game.
think about Scott McTominay? Because he came in. Look, he's been playing. He's had probably some crap games in the past. He's
Yeah,
coming to this game. He's captain for this game. Um, Never mind, Mata is a more senior player, but McTominay is captain. And
somewhere deep down, I think half of Roy Keane's already dead because he wore the same armband. I think. Oh my god! Look, it's a throwaway game. It's fine.
yeah,
Look, Mata should typically have won the armband, in my opinion. He was the most senior player on the pitch.
yeah, and I think he's one of the more influential players as well. So I was quite baffled to why Mata didn't get the armband. But
Dude,
either
I
way,
mean, how
yeah.
did you think Scott McTominay played? Let me answer. Apart from the goal, do you think he was good?
Dude, again, like there were so many times when there was a simple pass and he just
Overcomplicated.
missed it. He just overcomplicates it. There's one part I think in the second half when he just failed to control a simple ball and
Yeah,
he nearly gave the ball away to Watford
yeah,
in our half. So very very worrying. I think he needs to just calm down a bit. Just calm the passion down. I know you got passion. You don't need to tell the whole world, that yeah, whatever passion you have. But I think you just need to just calm that down a bit. Just calm that
yeah.
down and just take it easy. Take a deep breath and just play your game. You know.
Dude, you know what? The complaint I have about Scott McTominay is eventually you know what he's going to do. He knows what he's going to do. Everybody knows what he's going to do, but he just takes the two extra touches before he does that, right? Which is what I worry for him when he's in
Mm,
possession. You know,
mm.
I know he's going to go back to the keeper because he doesn't have that vision to intricately pass or slip it through.
Yeah.
He takes three touches to pass it back to the keeper. Just pass it. Just pass it first time. It's okay.
Keep it simple, right?
Keep it
There's no
simple.
need to. Yeah, like just because you're captain doesn't mean you're bloody Ronaldo, or Iniesta, or what.
Yeah.
Just calm down, right? Just calm down.
Oh, you know what? Somebody needs a bollocking is fucking Brandon Williams. Now get it, right? This is probably we're sitting at the stoppage time, I think, or just before, 85th minute. There's a throw in. He throws it in
Yeah,
directly.
exactly. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. And I'm sat there saying, who the fuck
And the,
is
the commentator says,
who's it? Oh,
"You're
yeah.
leading 1-0. Why? What are you trying to do?"
Who's coaching these people? That's exactly
Oh
what
my
he says. You
god.
know what? Brandon Williams, poor game. I think you
Yeah.
had a poor game. I
Right,
think
right. Okay,
Lingard.
let me ask you this question, right?
Hmm.
So we've clearly got two sets of squad,
Yeah.
squad A, squad B.
Yeah.
Squad A plays the Premier League, and the key ties and all that.
Yeah.
We've got our squad right now. With second squad, right?
Mhm.
Who was supposedly be able to beat Watford,
Mhm.
failed to show up again. Why do you think? Are they good enough? What do you think?
Okay. There are two things, right? I think they obviously are lacking some match sharpness, I guess. Right? Lingard's not played in a while. James just plays the odd game, matters. But these guys are professionals. They should be able, and they're not too old as well, right? So I can understand if there are 30 plus people, and their careers, the prime of the career is over. Except for Matter, these guys are just in the prime or just almost in the prime of their careers, right? What I feel surprising. What's surprising for me is regardless of who you are within the Manchester United squad, right, and where your pecking order is, you should turn up, guys. I mean, it's like if you don't perform to get into the first team, when are you going to perform, right? How can we then rely on these people? Okay, we all agree these guys are rotation players, a squad, they play when the first team's players are missing or injured or whatever. How can we call on these guys to pick up the responsibilities if they don't perform in small games against weaker opponents, albeit, right? No offense to Watford, they played well, they gave us a good game. But if you don't perform these games, how will Ole have the confidence in putting you guys on the bench for crucial games?
Exactly.
Right? The only player who kind of did that was Van der Beek. He's just knocking on the door, right?
Yeah, but he can't
And
get a game.
he can't get a game,
So
which
it's
I don't.
baffling everyone. I just feel, man. I just feel like with this squad, like we just can't trust the second squad, right? So what I think we should do is just ship out the whole lot and put in our young players. Like
Yeah,
there's no point. You probably achieve the same result, if not better, right?
true.
I want players who are hungry. I want
Yeah,
players who are going to play for the badge. and I
Yeah.
want players who are going to show what that badge means to them.
Absolutely, dude. Okay, now that you brought this question, I have a counter question for you, right? We've seen Dan James. We've complained about this guy since the start. I guess probably after the first 5 games, we kind of really knew what he was about, and he was like the one trick pony sort of a thing. But do you think it's a lack of coaching, or do you think it's a lack of ability, or a bit of both? What do you think it is?
I think there's still a player in Dan James.
Yeah,
Might not be a world class
but
player. There's
but he
still
might be
a
a
player.
cricketer for all you know,
He'll
right?
be a,
That's what
he'll be a Premier League player, right?
or
He'll
a
be
cricketer.
someone who's on the bench who should be able to come on, give
Yeah,
you a bit more, towards the end of a game when other players are tired,
yeah,
and just kind of get the counter attack goal, with his pace. But I
right.
feel the problem is that he's not being coached properly in
Mm,
terms of positioning, in terms of when to make runs,
mm,
in terms of movement, and because of that, he just looks a lot worse than the player
mm.
he actually is. And I
Okay.
think that's just a failing of coaching because Bielsa wants to take him to Leeds, right?
Mhm.
For whatever reason, wants to keep Dan James there. I just think that it's time for with the coaching setup that we have at United right now,
Mm,
we're not in a position to coach players to be better. We're not in a position to coach young players right now.
mm.
We're in a position to have ready-made players, and then
Yeah,
a coaching team who can kind of massage egos and keep the harmony in the
yeah.
team.
Mm.
So I think that's where we're at right now. So I think for Dan James, the best thing is maybe for him to go out on loan. I think
Yeah, I
some
think absolutely. I kind of agree. I think there are 3 or 4 people that who definitely need to go out on loan. Like even Brandon Williams is one of them. I think he's shown traces of potential, but he just
mm,
needs to build on that. I think if yeah, as you said, Dan James needs to go out on loan, work under a proper manager, and then get some things, get some experience under his belt, and probably come back. Um, it's sad to know that Fosu Menza is leaving or almost left. There was a player in him which I liked when Van Hal was kind of trying to let him into the first team squad. I
yeah,
think.
that's a
So
Dutch connection, the Dutch
yeah,
mafia thing.
exactly, exactly. But
Yeah.
I mean, look, there are players in the team who I thought should have performed really well. And just to summarize what we've been discussing at this point, anyway, is the fact that we didn't see that quality shine through it.
Mm. Well,
And
the players didn't take their chances.
yeah,
I just wish they had. It was like an important game. In the grand
sure,
scheme of things, it's still an
yeah,
FA Cup.
right.
Wasn't a, so I was just quite disappointed that a lot of players didn't take their chance.
Absolutely.
But it is what it is. We move on to Burnley next.
We move on to
Burnley.
Burnley next. But before we go, I think I just wanted to ask you a quick question about the game itself. I mean,
Mm,
I was worried in the second half. I was worried about how we seem to have lost control of the game, and
mm,
Watford showed signs of scoring. And in fact,
mm,
it was crucial enough that we needed to make some like desperate changes for Marshall and Rashford to come, or even Matic to come on late to kind of shore up the victory. How did you see from the minute 50 to about minute
mm.
70? It was very uncomfortable for me to watch the game. Tell me about how you felt.
The problem is, I think we made subs in the wrong position. I think I thought Marcel didn't have a good game. Rashford didn't have a good game when they came on.
Yeah.
Um, I think the problem is we just lack quality in other departments, especially
Mm.
midfield and the fullback positions. I thought, right back especially,
Yeah.
and I think we just never really controlled the game. I think Van der Beek was trying to do things, but we couldn't really get on a hold of the ball because he had McTominay next to him, and Mata was too slow. And then so bringing on Rashford,
Mm.
Rashford's a player who's going to you need service, right?
Mm.
You need service to be able to do anything. And I
Mm.
think there were some occasions where maybe he got frustrated or what.
Mm.
He got the ball, he looked at the ground, and then he kept on running.
Kept on running.
And
Yeah.
yeah, he just like did not look for a pass, and then got a bit selfish. Tried a shot when he should have passed. And
Yeah, dude.
the thing about Rashford is it's been happening for a while now, and I don't know what the coaching staff are like telling him.
Mm.
I mean, is that what he's meant to be doing, or should
Yeah.
he be a bit more conservative in terms of taking
Yeah.
shots, looking for the pass? looking for
Mhm.
the simple pass. Don't rush things. You've got time.
Yeah.
So
I know the one you're talking about. I think it was Van de Beek on the left hand side. He just
yeah,
passed it to Rashford. Rashford took it past two defenders, I guess, in
and
Watford,
then he had a
and
shot
then
with.
and he had a shot which was rather weak, right? I mean, he could
Yeah,
have just and at the
yeah,
edge of the box there was a midfielder who was free.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
he
there
should
was
have just
no.
cut it back.
We were 1-0 up anyway. There was no
Right?
reason
Anyway,
for us to go and rush the game, right?
exactly,
So and
exactly.
Martial didn't get enough the ball. I think when you don't have service, Chai, when you don't have service up front, there's not
Yeah,
much you can do. And I think that was the same problem with Greenwood as well. Greenwood kind of struggled,
Green was
uh,
struggle.
yeah, big time because he had no service.
Hmm.
You know,
There were parts of this thing. I think. I mean, I felt uncomfortable, but anyway, let's let it go. As long as
yeah.
the next game, as you said, is Burnley.
Yeah.
I
What
have
are
to
your
say,
thoughts on Burnley?
oh, dude, Burnley has been a bit of a bogey team for United, as you said, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's Burnley. It's a game we should win. If we win, we're top of the table. Even if we get a point, we're top of the table. So the ideal scenario, the way I mean, there's this ambition or this hope in me that kind of says we'll beat Burnley, we'll get the 3 points there,
mm.
and we'll draw with Liverpool. So at that point, we'll be 3 points ahead of Liverpool. Right now, the sad thing is going to be if we beat Burnley and we go there and lose, we're back to where we were. Right,
Yeah.
but it's
Look, we've
okay.
got.
It's okay. Look,
I think we've got two hard games coming up. Burnley's like the anti Manchester United team.
yeah.
They just just so well set up to beat us. Get a
Yeah,
result against us, And Sean Dyche is just waiting there,
yeah.
licking his lips, waiting for us. Look, I'd be happy. I think Burnley's going to be a 1-0 to United.
Yeah,
Really hard 1-0.
yeah. I don't care. Would you care if it's a hard one? That's what.
No,
Would
I
you
don't
care?
care. It's a result that all that matters, especially
I
against
don't.
Burnley.
Exactly. I
Going to be
don't
a
care if they score an own goal in the
yeah.
90th plus stoppage time minute. I do not give a shit. Right? As long
Mm,
as we get a result there, and result I
mm,
mean a win,
mm.
I think we should be relatively happy.
Yeah. And actually, for this game,
Mm-hmm.
I really think Pogba, Van der Beek, and Bruno should start
Should
together.
start in midfield.
I
Absolutely.
think I think that is going to be key.
And if Cavani is fit, he needs to either
Cavani's
start
back.
or come in late, right? I think
Actually,
come in
Cavani's
at
back.
least.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's how we. I think we. In my opinion, dude, I think Cavani, Rashford, Martial, top three,
Mm,
front three.
yeah.
I think we play Pogba, Van de Beek, and Bruno. I think in the three defense. And well, we can play Matic to kind of hold back, right? So that's
Yeah.
the midfield, and then the back four depending on who plays to right. If Bai is free, I'd like him to play. Teles played well today, so I
Yeah.
don't know if he'll get another chance against Burnley. I suspect not. Luke Shaw is going to
Left
come
back,
back.
left back, they're sorted, man. We've got
The left
Luke
back, I
Shaw a
think, too
bit
good.
more
Yeah.
defensive, and we've got
Mm.
Telles a bit more offensive. Right back is
Yeah.
where I think we
Right
need to
back
look.
is where is the problem.
Yeah.
And the transfer window is open, so we don't know what the fuck is going to
Yeah.
happen as well.
Yeah.
So
Let's just wait and see, I guess.
I don't know. Burnley is going to be interesting.
Yep.
So after that, that's the big game.
Big one.
That's the big game. The Scousers, I don't know. They'll be so ready to beat us. It's like
They're just waiting for this fixture, and
I
they'll
know.
have a week to rest as well. So they
Absolutely.
better turn up. That's all I'm saying.
They better turn up. I fucking hope we do turn up. Huh? I don't know. I don't want to see another 6-1 thrashing or some shit like that. Then you might want to find somebody else to do this channel. I'll probably get so much shit.
Yeah, sorry guys. There's no episode for Chai and Gary this week. We'll be joining you next week.
Yeah, exactly. Apologies for technical problems that we'll have ongoing if Manchester United lose to Liverpool.
Now, yeah. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Burnley.
We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Right, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit a like on that like button, and please subscribe to the channel if you're new. Until the next episode, this is Chai with Gary.